Welcome to our Mock Interview Pro series. Today, we're diving into what it takes to ace your interview for the role of a laboratory supervisor. We'll guide you through some common questions and showcase how you can impress with thoughtful, effective answers. Let's kick things off with a question about leading your team through challenges. Could you share an example of a time you led your team through a particularly challenging project in the lab? This question is all about showcasing your leadership skills, especially how you manage and motivate your team during tough times. Here are some pointers to help make your response shine. Choose a specific project that really highlights your leadership abilities. Focus on the challenges you faced and your role in overcoming them. Explain the actions you took to inspire and guide your team. End with the positive outcome and your key takeaways from the experience. Now, let's take a look at an example of how you might answer.
In my previous role, our lab was tasked with developing a new assay method under a tight deadline. I organized daily briefings to track progress and ensured communication was open. By reallocating resources based on team strengths, we completed the project ahead of schedule, boosting team morale and improving our workflow overall.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for Laboratory Supervisor. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Can you talk about a conflict you had with a team member and how you handled it? Interviewers ask this to evaluate your conflict resolution skills and how you maintain a positive team environment even when disagreements arise. Here's how you can structure your answer. Clearly and factually describe the conflict. Focus on your role and avoid blaming others. Detail the steps you took to address the issue directly. Highlight the positive outcome and any lessons learned. Mention any lasting improvements in team dynamics. Here's an example of how to articulate your experience.
I once disagreed with a colleague on the best method for testing a new product. We sat down and exchanged our views openly. This discussion led us to blend our approaches, resulting in a more effective testing method and a stronger working relationship.
Describe an experience where you identified a quality control issue in the lab. What actions did you take? This question aims to assess your attention to detail and problem-solving abilities when it comes to maintaining high standards in the lab. Consider these tips while framing your response. Start with a specific instance where you noticed a quality control issue. Explain how you got to the root cause of the problem. Describe the steps you took to resolve it. Mention any changes you made to prevent it from happening again. Highlight the positive impact of your actions on the team or lab. Let me show you a way to structure your answer.
In my previous role, I discovered that our calibration standards were outdated. After reviewing records, I recalibrated the equipment, updated the logs, and established a quarterly review process. This led to a 20% reduction in quality control errors over the next 6 months, which greatly improved our operations.
What steps would you take if you observed a safety violation in the lab? This question tests your decision-making skills and how you prioritize safety in the workplace. Here are some steps you might consider taking. Immediately assess the situation to ensure no one is in immediate danger. Document the violation clearly, noting any potential risks. Report the incident to the appropriate authority or supervisor following lab protocol. Suggest corrective measures to prevent future violations based on your observations. Follow up to ensure the issue has been addressed and resolved. Here's an example of how to approach this scenario.
If I observe a safety violation, my first step would be to ensure everyone is out of danger. Then I document the specifics, report the incident to my supervisor, and suggest preventive measures for the future. I would also follow up to check the issue has been fully resolved.
How do you prioritize tasks when juggling multiple urgent projects in the lab? This question is designed to evaluate your resource management skills and how you handle competing priorities. To answer effectively, consider these strategies. Identify the deadlines and impact of each project. Discuss tasks with your team to understand dependencies. Use a prioritization matrix to balance urgency and importance. Allocate resources based on project needs and team strengths. Regularly review and adjust priorities as needed throughout the process. Here's a sample response that demonstrates these strategies.
I first assess the deadlines and potential impact of each project. Then I consult with my team to identify dependencies and apply a prioritization matrix. This approach helps me allocate resources effectively and adjust priorities as situations change, ensuring that we stay focused on key outcomes.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free, just grab it below.